55 years after this veteran flew death-defying missions against Nazi Germany, he returns to the skies in the greatest bomber of World War II.
His name is Jim McDonald, a resident of Northwest Indiana, who, thanks to his family and friends, was able to briefly relive the days he was part of the Allied war effort to liberate Europe. NBC5's Phil Rogers reports it was two veterans, man and machine, pairing up again.
It was the most storied airplane of World War II, the B-17 Flying Fortress, backbone of the Allied air campaign against the Nazis. One aircraft was known as the Windy City Avenger. Among its all-Chicago crew, a waist gunner named Jim McDonald.
I wasn't a bad-looking guy in the Army.
56 years later, the flight jacket still fits. For 89-year-old Jim McDonald, the memories of 51 missions in B-17s are still fresh, and he is not ashamed to talk about the fear.
My legs from here down would be going, and I'd be hitting my legs to get control of yourself.
The old flight cap tells it all, a hash mark after every successful mission, 51 in all, flying through the flak and the German fighters which seem to come from every direction.
But they're worried like you are, because they don't like to fly into a beehive of B-17s either.
Every day during World War II, hundreds of B-17s from the 8th Air Force would depart England for targets in Europe. Every day, dozens would not return. But Jim McDonald says he never allowed himself to even think of that possibility.
No, you don't think that way. You'd go nuts if you did.
For Jim McDonald, the memories, the memorabilia are all intact. But this year, for birthday number 89, something special. The Experimental Aircraft Association brings one of the few flying B-17s to Chicago, and Mac's kids pitch in to buy him one last ride.
We aren't speaking German, we aren't speaking Japanese, and we're free people in this country because of guys like you.
The eyes sparkle as the big engines roar into sight. The electric flight suit still fits, and old soldier's dream is coming true.
When was the last time you were on one of these things? October 17th, what, 1940 what?
44.
55 years later, it's like he never left. The top turret where he had a bird's eye view of Stukas and Messerschmitts. The waist guns open to the elements where, in addition to enemy fire, gunners had to deal with temperatures hitting 70 degrees below zero. For Jim McDonald, one of the greatest generation, it is mission number 52.
What a ride!
Welcome back, Mac.
What a ride! Ah, look at all my greetings.
Let these guys on, Dad.
It's their turn now. Yeah, you did it, Dad.
I got 52.
Phil Rogers, NBC5, Chicago.
Jim McDonald, we'd like to mention, is the father of one of our NBC5 photographers, also named Jim McDonald. McDonald Sr. will celebrate his 90th birthday next June.
Man, does he look good.
Doesn't he look wonderful?
Whew,
and it still fits.
That bomber.
That's right.
Look tough.
Nice job, Phil Rogers. Well, are you longing to find a missing relative or a friend? Well, your search may be over. How you can track them down quickly. That story straight ahead.
And I'm Brant Miller in the Weather Center. A record high temperature today, but does that mean the bottom falls out later in the week? Well, the forecast for the next 5 days is coming right up.
Plus in sports, what's Michael doing in New York?